see.
All right.
And then I'm going to ask others if they want to start, like, share.
All right. Yay.
I've only got, yeah, I don't know if it's still done. Actually, now I'm looking at it in the screen.
I love it.
Looks good.
I was trying to do the water coming into the soil, and I
Yeah.
thought I could use this for earth and water. Oh, done.
That's
I like it.
cheating.
You know what? I love the roughness of the top, like the top. You can see like the roots and all this stuff from the
Yeah,
side.
yeah.
I like that a lot.
The water infiltrating. Anyway,
Yeah.
that was my, okay.
Yeah.
Done.
And then I was curious if there was anybody else, like I would really love to see who made a book, and then I'll share with you mine, which I'm not so proud of, but is there anybody that wants to share anything that they've been working on, especially a book?
Okay, I didn't make the whole book, but I tried putting in one of those three
Oh, nice.
and then cutting out a part of the book so that it would show.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that's great.
Oh, Michelle will love
Not
that.
only so that it would show, but so
That's
that
wonderful.
when I close the book, it doesn't all get all squashed. I want to do a whole bunch of different 3D things in it.
That one I didn't-
Oh, oh, Sarah, that was great.
But I discovered that it wasn't a smart idea to make the flowers out of the book pages.
Oh, why not?
Show up, because if I'd made them out of a color, they would show up nicely.
Oh, no, I
The trouble for making it 3D show.
Well, you could go back in and paint it a little bit to
Yeah.
add more color. You could,
Well,
but it looks
I'll just
great.
do
the way
another
it
one.
is.
Great.
Oh, no, it looks wonderful
Yeah, no, I
I
was
like
just
it.
trying different things.
too. Wow.
I decided this was a good way to try
Use
out
up the book.
stamps that I didn't know what they would do or whether they would go over.
Yeah, no, I think that's great. And I actually really like the fact that you use book pages. So is there anybody else that has anything that they've been working on that they want to share before we, Sandy? I got you. You're muted, Sandy. Hey. I don't know if that's you.
Oh, I like that.
So it's fire, but I don't know. You know, it's a little sloppy.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It started out with a watercolor from last year, you
Yeah.
know, just like an abstract, and then I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of it's okay, I guess.
No, I love it. And I've actually, I've been, well, you'll see, but I've been using so much of my old things that are sitting in a drawer. I think it's to repurpose them, I think is a great idea.
Okay,
Anybody
then-
else?
Actually, here's my air one. I don't think I ever demonstrated this one.
Oh, I like
You
it.
didn't demonstrate, and then Candy, I got you next. So you didn't, you emailed it to me, so.
Oh, I think I changed it because I didn't like it. I ripped some things off. Anyway, I like it now. So now we're good.
Okay.
Flying.
Nice. Very
That's
nice.
beautiful. We
All I
just
have to do
got,
is Earth. Here's Earth.
I'll show you what I have so far. Then Candy, what do you got go for me? Ooh, fire.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It's actually all of them. So there's fire, earth, water, and air.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, because it looks like the fire's coming out of ice. Is
It does.
Nice.
It's all like
Mm.
rock, stone.
Like crystals or something. It's hard to see here on the screen.
Yeah, yeah, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
I love it. And I like that you the tear, you can have,
Yeah.
white on the tear.
Yeah, the bottom two are torn, but the rest of it was cut.
Yeah. So somebody just so you know, Sarah, somebody just put in the chat that they would
Sorry.
love a tutorial on pop-ups. So maybe
Okay.
maybe we'll focus on that a little bit next week. Sharon, is that all right? That would be good. So Sarah,
All
you
right.
have your hand raised? Wait.
Know if there's a different Sarah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, it was a different
I
Sarah.
had to unmute. I had started these butterflies last week. I don't know if you can see them closely.
Yes,
Yeah, definitely.
but
yeah.
Each one was very different, again, with things that I had left over from other projects.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
I like the fact that they went outside the box.
Me too.
Well, I still haven't even glued them down.
That's why they're on your phone.
I have them next to me and I'm trying to figure out what to do with them. But here's a close-up of one of them. I don't know if you can see it.
Ah,
Very
Ooh,
pretty.
yeah.
beautiful.
And let's see, I have, here's another one. They're all very different.
Yeah, hold that. Yeah, hold that closer to your face. Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful.
That looks
And
great.
that's out of other artwork of yours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, here's the last one. I'll show you. Whoops.
Nice. I love it.
So I found I had tie-dyed paper my son had made years and years ago.
Great idea.
That worked really well. Crepe paper that I scrunched up and was just really soft on it. And then I have another question about books. When I was a kid, my aunt cut up greeting cards and made me scrapbooks.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what to do with them. I mean, I kind of hate to toss them. Any suggestions?
Well, you can make color copies. Do you want to use them for, no, you want to use reuse the book?
Well, I don't know if I want to use it as the book or actually cut them up.
Yeah. If you want to preserve it because it has a special memory, I would suggest, making color copies of them. And then you could
cut those up.
Yeah, and then you can cut those up. And if you're really inspired and then you're like, oh, I got it, and now then you could do something with the actual book that can give it a new life,
That's a good idea, not to destroy the originals so quickly. I one time took my dad's drawing and I thought I could improve it and I ruined it. And because I thought I could cut it out and paste it down and preserve it. And then I looked at it and I'm like, oh crap, I didn't improve it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's not around anymore to do anymore. So yeah, that was not good. So yeah, watch out. That's a great idea. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. A copy machine is a collage
friend.
artist's best friend. So, was there anybody else that had anything to share?
I know I've been putting up a lot, but this is going out of my comfort zone because I put a lot of things on the top. I used fabric and beads and stuff to.
So pretty.
I like the googly eyes.
Gives me joy.
Yeah. You know what? And I love, you said the fact that it brings you out of your comfort zone, which is such it's such a powerful thing, because why not? You have all these things. And if you don't like it, you do something else.
I decided if I toss it, that's okay, but it was fun doing it.
Yeah. That's why I'm all for getting out of our comfort zones, as a lot of you know. So, anybody else before I just call out, because I might not see Pat?
Yeah. Hi. This is going back to the elements. When you said the elements, I don't know if you can see this because it's about tsunami.
Oh wow! Can you close
Flip it up?
It's pretty big.
And back up a little. Want to back?
Oh, back up. Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me. I can't.
There you go. Now hold still.
Wait.
Wow.
Oh wow!
Wow.
That's very powerful.
Very
Yeah, you can't read the writing, but there's different little excerpts in there too.
Wow.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah, I would love to see it.
Okay. You could get a close look.
Yeah.
It took me a little while to finish.
Yeah. So let me share some things that I've been working on, and then we could kind of. All right. So first of all, this is my book. All right. Let's see. And this is why I have all these. All right. I'm struggling with it, as you might be able to tell. So I cut all this out. And here's all those beetles. This is the reason why I said that. And I use that tape idea, and I love it. I love it, but I feel like they're lost. So I tried to highlight them with Posca pens and paint around them a little bit. So because I think my background was too dark for my beetles, and my message was that you can either crawl into a hole or out of a hole, so because on this side, I don't know. So there's a lot of gloss and medium.
Wow.
I glued the pages together, and I wanted them to bump up because I wanted it. So I did this on purpose. So
Wow.
this is my work in
Oh,
so, right. So I don't know. And that's the reason why I have all those little beetles.
that is stunning.
That's awesome.
I love those
Stunning.
beetles.
So last week I was working on fire. I think I got to this point, and I think at this, so I also have, this is an old artwork, a photo of an artwork of mine. And I felt like this is all fiery colors. So I think I'm going to leave this kind of like this and do this. I haven't gone much further with my air other than also a butterfly, possibly here, but that's neither here nor there. But this is what I wanted to show you. So as a art teacher at the museum, we have these projects that we do with school groups. And this is a school group. This is my example of a school group project that we talk about many voices representing different artists at the museum, or of all different cultures and races and things like that. And this is something that when we talk to children, we want to talk about what their voice is in terms of like what grounds them and what do they want to aspire to. And so this is an example that I did for the kids, right, of mine. And then this is an older artwork of my daughter. And then I was going to put this as a Renoir of the earth, and that was going to be my earth. So we'll see.
Oh,
Wow, you're so amazing.
wow.
And I happen to, because I have a large body of work. So, and then I have a lot of photographs of things. So I'm not actually cutting up my work. These, as I like Sandy, like these are like printed on photo paper. So, and then my water also, this is an older artwork, and then I was going to do something with this. So,
Wow. Beautiful.
So a nice you have, so as far as collage is concerned, what I'm learning as I'm teaching is things like, to get a good, a background is your setting, and then your theme, and then your main character, I think is they tell stories. So, that's where I'm at right now. And then today, I wanted to teach you, or just like talk about another technique that I'm playing with, utilizing like a coloring page and almost and creating a stencil. Like, so I did this one so far. This is super complicated. So I don't really, right. So can you see this? Right. And then I cut out all the shapes on this, like, this is like this is vellum. So it's a translucent vellum paper. So this way I can trace these and create like a collage, right? So and I numbered them so I can put them back, and I didn't realize there's so many different little shapes in here that I felt like this is something I really need to, I can't do this while I'm teaching. This is too much. So what I did was, but I do want to try this tiger, and this was what I was going to work on today. I created this background, and this is just obviously a musical sheet on you know, you guys all have these drawing papers and drawing pads. The back of them is a great substrate. Like it's a really good thing to have. I have tons of them. I never throw them away. So if you think about this in terms of going it on into like a stencil, right? So I'm gonna first cut this out, and I pulled out a bunch of different tones that I wanted to work with. So like this is gonna be my background tone, and I have these like black and white and muted tones that I have pulled out, that I wanted to create my tiger with. And then this I thought was great because I can even use his nose and stuff. So I don't know. I just thought that this was, I know that we were talking about elements, and in my head I was like, oh, we can do that the whole season. But you know, there's so many different ideas that I have to make, like and as talking to you, I always get more, you know, now I want to focus on pop-up ideas. But this is just something, you know, knowing a bunch of you personally, like I feel like it's some of you would really resonate with this, to have like almost like a formula, and to take it from there. And then you can do something personal, like, you know, like Patty said before, like I wanted to do my cat, you know, you could get a photo of your cat. And those of you who, oh, that looks kind of cool with the music notes behind it on the screen.
Just leave it like that. Yeah.
I don't even see it when I'm looking down, but when I look at the screen. If you guys ever took a Zentangle class with me, and you know how we transfer things, and you break things down into shapes, it's kind of the same thing, right? So if you were going to draw something, just for lack of space around me, like if I were going to wanted to Zentangle this or draw this, you know, every little shadow is a shape. Well, I mean, why couldn't that be a different color piece of paper and make that into a collage? And that was inspired by one of the Instagram people that I said, I don't know if you guys looked at the websites, but there was somebody from Russia that I sent. He does those big, amazing collages of people and animals and things like that. So any thoughts before I start jumping into this? I was curious what you guys were gonna.
Keep going.
Okay. So, I don't know if you guys work on something before I jump into this, if anybody wants to talk to me.
So Nanci, you're going to leave the music notes as your main like backdrop for this whole piece?
Yes.
Okay. And are you going to leave the vellum in there, or are you just going to use it as like a way to cut up your shapes? Or is the vellum going to be a layer also? Or you don't know yet?
I think I was going to create a stencil. So
Okay.
I'm cutting it for now. Although now that you say it, and as I'm cutting it, I'm like,
Well, yeah, because vellum could
not such a bad idea.
Or maybe the negative space that you're cutting away.
Yeah.
You can use sections of that. It looks really cool.
Yeah.
So,
you know, this is also something you could do with tracing paper, or, you know, transfer when you guys, again, like if you've ever transferred anything and you've like, you know, when you color in the back and you trace over it, we've done that too. I'm sure a lot of you have done that. That's an option also, to kind of just to kind of get you I always feel like when you're happy with the process, you can like almost see an end result in your mind. That's the hardest part about collage for me. Sorry about that. The hardest part about collage for me is that the end result isn't so clear for me. So I don't know if any of you, you also feel that, like, when I start out with a painting or a drawing, I know what my end result is going to be. But with collage, you can be like, oh, this could go, then this can go. Like, there's so many different, like, maybe this and maybe that. And so some of us work really well with that. And some of us can struggle with that. So I don't know. To be honest, it challenges me. So I don't know how you guys think about that. So
I like the impermanence or the ability to change and move around.
yes, yeah, that's coming from, Joanne, you're I call you a collage artist, whether or not you call yourself one.
No, I don't.
But
I think it's more fear of commitment.
that's funny. That's what makes us all different, so that,
Yeah.
but like, so you can see, like, I created this stencil now, and so this is my outline. And here, I'm gonna cut this out using my children's scissors. I don't know why I picked this one up.
So impressed you can use them.
You'd be surprised how many times. I'll tell you a little story. So you all know that I teach at the Montclair Art Museum. My first year there, I was just like, the way I got my job was I walked into the director's office and I said, you know what, I'm an artist and I see myself working here, is really basically the way I got my job. She's like, well, if you intern for a summer, well, maybe let's see how you do, and then maybe we can start. So I interned for Peg Kenselar. A lot of you know her. So I was her assistant, and she gave me all this cardboard to cut out. She was doing these waves with the kids, but the kids couldn't cut. And this was the only scissors she gave me. I actually lost feeling in my hand for over a month using the, I still remind her of it. That,
Well, that was your test.
that was definitely my test. So I love this, like, this muted gray tone, but then I also kind of really love this, but against the musical notes, I don't, but right, I feel like it loses its, let's see. Yeah. So again, the non-permanence of it, I don't need to glue anything down. So
Oh, either that or you can pick a different background and use the other side.
that's true. Well, so I'll just work on my tiger and I won't make that, or at least my shapes. So even this, I'm definitely going to save this. So now I have like a scrap box next to me that I have a
Nancy,
bag of garbage.
what is the gray paper?
Oh, it's the back of a magazine. So I have all these like museum catalogs. This is from the Met. So look, there's some great images in here that I can, and if you look at it in terms of color rather than objects, which is the way I'm going to be looking at it. But so yeah, so it was the back cover of this magazine.
Okay, thanks.
Sure. Yeah, and I love the fact that it was solid without any words. I was all excited to find it. So, keep it on as of now. No, I'm cutting it up. I'm going in. And, you know, again, this is such a great way. You could do portraits. And obviously, the last thing I would do would be the stripes. I didn't even trace the stripes because I feel like those can be more organic. And, you know, I just wanted to give like an option of like something of how to draw like a something, or actually how, you know, like painting with scissors, as Matisse would say. All right, so this would be like my nose mouth combination. I was kind of hoping to see if I could, this is the beauty of the vellum. I could see through. And I'm going to trace this. This could also work with tracing paper, but it won't be as easy to, it won't be as easy to trace. And I have to say, like, back to the books, like, I love that idea of just kind of like the junk journaling is another word for it. And like a collage a day kind of thing.
Have you ever seen the Wreck This Book?
Yes, my daughter has one.
I love that.
What's that?
Somebody had this brilliant idea. Who said it? Beth, were you the one who just said that?
Yes,
Like
yes,
this?
that was me.
So it's kind of like, you know, it kind of gives you permission to wreck the book,
Oh,
you know, because a lot of people struggle with and I'm betting the
Yep.
idea to destroy a book is it's not an easy, I think we're also ingrained that you can't do that, you know. So and so it gives you permission, like in this one, I want you to, like, you know, scribble really hard on this page and on this page, right? I want you to make polka dots. Do you have one, Beth, or?
No, well, I don't think so. I bought some to give away as gifts.
It's a great idea.
But each page tells you what to do. Step on this page and then rip it out and make an airplane.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. And yeah, because I do, you know, to have that, you know, permission to, so you can see, like, I'm working in layers, you know, so I just cut out the, you know, the bottom part of his mouth, and I can play around with different shapes and see how that would work. Actually, this is a little tip here that I just thought of. So I just folded this paper. This is that dog, but it's got the other side to it. I folded it so that if I trace this and I cut it out all three, I can try 3 different options to see if I like them. I wonder where my daughter's, it's got to be in her room somewhere, because she did that in high school. She's going to be she's going to be in the room next week. She's going to be our tech assistant.
Woo.
I got approval to have, you know, I don't know, just in case I'm missing, like if you guys are writing in the chat, Oh, yeah, like, yeah, yeah, Marilyn, you're right. It's Wreck This Book.
Michael's had them.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm sure that they're on Amazon if you don't want to go. Okay. So let's see what looks best here. That's a little bit more muted. But yeah, I've seen like a, you know, in these like collage a day kind of um
That could be the altered book filled with nothing but a collage a day.
yeah, that's a
Could
great
be,
idea.
actually.
You know,
That's a
to
great
find,
idea.
you know, and so I don't know if Cheryl's in the room. I didn't see her, but she gave me an idea of even like a travel journal, and then saving like, you know, like ticket stubs and things that you, so that make it like it's so that's a nice way to you know, like a scrapbook.
Yeah, I was going to say scrapbooking in a hardcover book.
Yeah. So you can see like so right, like a puzzle, I'm just kind of taking this apart and building layers to create, and I'm not sure.
Do you have the original like right next to you so you know what it is you're assembling? Like
So
it's a tiger, right?
this is a
It's like a-
it doesn't look like a tiger. Yes, it's a tiger. I don't, because I think that these shapes are very simple. For the
Oh, okay.
cat one that I showed you, I would definitely have to have it next to me. Because that has like 30 different little shapes. So,
Yeah.
So I'm kind of toying with the idea of whether or not to use color. Look at this.
Nancy, I have a crazy question, I guess.
I love crazy questions.
Whenever you're doing these improvisational things like the Zentangle, it seems like you always get like a phallic symbol in your artwork. Like, so what do you do? What do you do about that?
Yeah. Listen, that did not go unnoticed. I didn't want to bring it up. Because, you know, especially because of like the nose mouth combination of a lot of these animals are,
Yeah.
since I'm an animal artist. But yeah, I think as I continue to do the rest of the face, I don't know if it'll always
Evolve that way, or
yeah, I can't imagine. Or you just run with it. Why not?
Yeah, why not? It's all in the beholder
I
anyway.
guess.
I would say something about you seeing that.
Well, when you're trained in art history, I mean, some artists like that's what
That's
they're
true.
aiming for. So then you see
Yeah.
it everywhere.
That's funny. But thank you for pointing it out. That's funny. Yeah, I do notice that, especially when I do cats, wild cats, they have the nose mouth. All about the shapes for me. And yeah, personally, I don't think that my body of work is like
Oh, well, sometimes I do my like Zentangle thing or something, and then when I put it up away from me, then I say, uh-oh.
that. That's funny. Is it starting to look like a face a little bit? I'm still using the nose.
Nose is great.
Yeah, I'm using that, the dog's.
Snout.
Nancy, you start with an edge. You have all these neat magazines.
Who said that?
Sarah,
Okay, so, yeah, well, I mean, I can always help you. I could try to help you get magazines. Are you local?
no, I'm in Florida.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, that's
Well,
Sarah.
where are you
I thought it was
complaining?
the other Sarah. I'm looking at the, it didn't, all right,
Sorry.
this year.
No, that's okay. As I go to the library and sometimes I buy old magazines just to cut up.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, I do have the benefit of because I have the museum at my fingertips and things that are like left there. And again, I do have a very large body of artwork that, especially teaching online and doing examples like this. And I had, so, after, with lockdown, it's crazy how much stuff I have around me. So to repurpose them and to make them into other things is kind of cool. I want to give my I also I'm gonna start a layer here. Looks like glasses.
Does.
He does. All right, it won't.
Celebrity.
Yes, he's a cool cat. Let's see. He really does.
Nancy, this is Joya. Hey, I love that, by the way. My question is, do you use different types of scissors to cut out different things, or use big scissors and small scissors, or what do you do?
That's a really good question, and I might actually open it up to the group because right now I just use what I have. These are big and sharp scissors, but sometimes they're a little bit big for me for when I need to get into tight spaces. I know, so I'm going to open that to Joanne. Talked about, what do you use?
I have these little these little Fiskar. They're like maybe 6 inches long. I just like them because they're sharp and they're little and they can get around many things, except for the tightest corner. And then I use an X-Acto knife.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and I think that, because these are so bulky for me and heavy. So and again, it's one of the things that I just have kind of around. And so Barbara put in the chat saying that she likes pinking shears. So I guess to have like a nice
Oh, with the
zigzag
zigzag.
edge is kind of fun.
Mhm.
I
Joanne,
also
can I
have
see
some
those scissors again?
snippers.
Can we see those scissors again?
Miss Sharon, let me see.
Oh,
It's Fiskars. It comes in a little package, a plastic package. I gotta think of AC Moore back in the day.
okay, thank
This
you.
is, yeah, it's like I would estimate 6 inches or so long,
Yeah.
but
Okay,
they're
thanks.
little and you have a lot of control over where you go and how you cut.
Yeah.
They're not really, really pointy on the end. So when you get in tight corners, what I was saying before, you have to kind of slide it up here. And if it gets too tight, then the X-Acto knife comes out because.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, Sharon, what do you use?
Oh, let me see. Little kitty you see these little kitty scissors?
Yeah. Okay. And because you're a collage
Westcott,
artist.
it's Westcott for kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really just what's comfortable. Somebody just put in like it's good to have an assortment of scissors, which I agree. Especially, you don't want something that's going to cramp your hands and that type of thing.
True.
But Patty, I just wanted the fact that I just heard from Joy, it reminded me that I have this little guy sitting in the water. So you see him? So he's all wet, right? But if you turn it over and you rub off.
Oh, can't see him now.
We can't see it. You're not on your hands are not.
I'm watching.
Oh, I didn't spotlight myself. I'm sorry.
No.
Okay. You see?
Okay, now I can see.
So here, right? And
Yeah.
if you rub off the paper.
Oh. Wow, it's amazing.
Isn't that cool? And
Yeah,
then
so some people said packaging tape or Scotch tape. Is there one that's better than the other? I wasn't sure if packaging tape would be too.
I've only used packing tape, and Sarah said Scotch tape works the same.
All right, thank you.
So
Not particularly the frosted kind, particularly the
clear
kind that's clear.
Yeah.
Right.
They even have a special tape online, like with grids. So that
I don't need that. Okay.
you're really doing something,
Great, thank you.
Isn't that fun? And then you could do words.
Yeah.
Out of magazines and things like that. And because I have something here. I think
but then you have tape on as part of your collage. Is that correct?
So yeah, you can cut
Correct.
you can cut this nicely and cover it. See, now I got stuck. Okay. Right. So I pulled this out of a magazine.
Can you if it was too shiny, can you have a matte medium over it to get rid of that?
I don't think so. I think it'll be
so.
the medium.
It'll refuse the medium. Okay.
Yeah, but one of the things you can do is take wax paper and keep sticking your things that you make in advance onto the wax paper, because then you'll be able to get them off easily without them sticking.
That's a good idea.
Great idea.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that's helpful, right? So that's
yeah.
Yeah, that's again, thank you. I love having like conversations like this that we can just kind of brainstorm together and get inspired.
I'll jump into the scissors conversation.
Oh, good. Okay.
I use embroidery scissors because, as Joanne was saying, a lot of scissors don't come to a good point.
Yeah.
That comes to a good point. So when you actually cut down on the paper at the very end, it doesn't split to the side.
Yeah.
So you get a nice clean point. And then I know you people are going to think I spend every day in the dollar store, but the dollar store now
Nothing wrong with that.
In that same area has small scissors. They don't come to a complete point, but they're pretty good.
The only thing is after you cut paper, it's not good for your fabric or
That's true.
thread anymore.
It probably would still do all right on thread, I would think. Fabric, probably not.
Yeah, you definitely want to have your scissors allocated to, well, I try to do this at the museum. Nobody pays attention. Actually, if you can see that this, this said fabric only at one point, nobody listened to. So
Great.
when we had that, the fiber arts exhibit, we invested in some nice scissors, but anyway, that's not important.
Well, easy come, easy go.
You know, and I just want to say a little for those of you who are local, if you could get to the museum on a weekend and see the new exhibit,
Yes.
very powerful and very worthwhile. I don't know if any of you have any of you seen it yet?
No, but I want to go this weekend. That's my plan.
Cuticle scissors work well for a tight spot. And then somebody said, can you please repeat about the info about the wax paper? So to store the correct Sarah,
Correct.
to store these little tapey things, you can put them on wax paper. So this way they is that what you were saying?
Okay, periodically you're looking through a magazine and you say, okay, one day for me, that will do nicely on a card. I see something that it says. So I tear it out and do that process. But then if you put it on wax paper, you have it for whenever you want to pull it out again.
Yeah. So that's a good idea to have.
Thank you.
Collection. Sure.
Yeah.
So anyway, so then, so if you're interested in working on some kind of portrait, I'm going to continue to work on this, you know, during the week, you know, if I have some time, and see how because I can really just see this as, you know, layers and layers of and even using words for the stripes. And so I'm kind of, again, there's a lot of unknown, but I'm excited to see.
Loving it. It's great.
What I come up with. Thank you. But I do also think that it's a simple, for a beginner, I think this is a good way to get a successful result by, you know, by kind of grabbing like a coloring page or like a stained glass page of, the cat is a stained glass page. So just anything that's broken into sections, I think is a great way to get a result and something that you know, you have a personal connection to, and then especially if you're struggling with ideas or so I think it's good for a beginner. So all right. All right, bye Barbara, thank you. So and then I will focus again on, I'll learn the most I can on pop-ups. And then I also, inspired by the exhibit that's at the museum, which is called Fragile Freedoms, revisiting Norman Rockwell. And it's kind of like taking Norman Rockwell and bringing it to this millennium, you know, and his work, making it into more modern pieces, and really, really thought-provoking, probably one of the more thought-provoking exhibitions I've seen there in my 18 years of being involved. Anyway, so I found this calendar, which is fun. And I just had this idea to also kind of do these, like, again, to alter them and have them be like more illustrative. Like, I don't know, this man's looking at a cookbook. I was thinking of like having, you know, something like a fishtail or something coming out of the cookbook. I don't know, but like telling like fun and using humor and telling some stories, and just, these are illustrations, but taking an illustration and altering it to fit a different story. Right. So like what if he was pulling something like we could have a lot of fun with this. So
Nancy, is the exhibit online?
well, no, the exhibit is not online. However, I just added the museum after this class In March, the mill will have a tour, it's on Fridays at 12:15.
Great.
So it's either the first Friday of that month or the second Friday of that month. I didn't book it yet. All right, bye Sharon.
Can you remind us?
Wait, say again?
Can you remind us when that happens?
Yeah, definitely. I can do it. I just need to send Katie an email, and so we'll do it the first one. How's that? First Saturday of March? It's like the 5th or 6th.
It's a Saturday or a Friday?
It's a Friday.
Okay.
What, is it the 5th?
That would be the 5th, the 5th.
All right, so let's do that, and then I'll just send an email. So the 5th will be the Maggie Miners.
So let's get 1:30 usually, something like
I think
that.
12:15. Does anybody else
Okay.
go to those? Friday, 3/6. It'll be the Miners.
This
And
is
then and then
is
the
it
other
the-
one will be. Yeah, so I was just working on that.
Is
it
that
a
in,
Zoom?
is that in person?
No,
No.
no, good question though, Sarah. Thank you. That's virtual. It's through the mill, and they have like this, it's all like a 3D imagery, like you're walking through the museum. And so, and then you'll have, and it's led by a docent, and they can show you and then have a discussion. So, and somebody asked about, so you register through the mill. It's on there.
It'll be on the calendar.
It's on the mill calendar on Thursdays. Yeah, it's there
But
already.
Nancy, if anyone wants to go in person, I went last Friday. I went during the senior hours and there were about 3 people there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was really good. Yeah. It was very, very lightly attended.
Mm-hmm. And then what time is that? That's
I
at,
feel like doing that. It's free.
it's Friday?
10 to 11 on every Friday, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 10 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a little early, but for a museum, but it was great. Yeah.
Yeah, it's such
And
a
the show was
powerful
excellent.
exhibition. So,
Mhm.
but yes, so, but they have this really cool technology that it makes you feel like you're there. So,
Mhm.
so then you guys that are in Texas and Florida and stuff like that, you can, be part, like as if you're there. So that's kind of cool. So, all right. Well, as usual, please email me with any anything that you want to share with me or any questions. I'm going to continue to work on this. Does anybody have anything that they want to share now before we sign off?
Nancy?
Yes. Hi.
Hi, Doris. Could you send an email of the project as you complete it or get more into it?
Yes.
Just to see what you're doing?
Yes. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, really. I wanted to see how it turns out.
I know, it looks great. It's great.
Well, yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I usually try to get a lot of this stuff on Instagram, but not all of it. So those of you who have an account, I find it Instagram a very inspirational venue. I know it sounds like a kid when I say it, I feel like, but.
And how do we find you there?
I'm animal underscore art by is one word underscore Nanci with an I.
Animal underscore, what's the next word?
Say again.
Animal underscore, what else?
I'll write it in the chat. Animal underscore art by is one word underscore Nanci. There you go. Oh, I'm writing it to just Sharon. I don't want to do that to everyone. And there you go. Yeah, I changed it a little. It used to be a different name. Anyway. All right. Again, please feel free to contact me with any kind of questions or anything that you want to share, and stay warm. And again, stay safe. And I'll see you guys next week. And I'll try to.
Thank you, Nancy.
Yeah, thank you. And I'll try
Thank
to
you.
focus on a couple things. Well, I'll write an email, but I want to look into, and then, I don't know, John, is he still here? No, I'm just, the pop-up, we'll, then maybe Sarah, I don't know if she's still here. Yeah, yeah, you are. We can figure out some kind of pop-up tutorial. I can send that in an email.
That'd be great.
Oh, that would be great, yeah.
All right.
Or
Thank
you could call during the
Nancy.
week, it's okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Nance.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Bye.
Thanks, Nancy. This is
Thank you.
fun.
Bye.